Our second game of the day in the Varsity Division featured the 3-0 Commanders taking on the 0-2 Texans. Max Stevens immediately took over the game, recording 5 catches on just the first drive alone, including an octopus, when he scored a touchdown and a 2-point to take an 8-0 lead to start it off. That didn't matter for the Texans though. Josh Berner took the short pass from Cooper Spence and he torched the defense down the field for the 45-yard touchdown. Zach Wallace immediately responded with an MVP caliber throw down the field to Isaiah Durham for their own 45-yard touchdown, taking a 14-6 lead in the first period. Both teams made some nice plays on offense, but both defenses were the ones who stood tall, and the lead stayed at 14-6 going into halftime for the Commanders. Once the field was flipped, the Berner and Spence combination started firing on all cylinders for the Texans. First it was the long touchdown, then it was the 2-point conversion, and the octopus from Berner tied the game at 14. Spence carried momentum on defense with the sack and the safety, giving the Texans a 16-14 lead. On the ensuing Texans drive, Berner took the ball and weaved downfield for the touchdown. The Texans were here to play. Facing their first deficit of the entire season, the Commanders responded strong with a touchdown from Trent Walker, but the potential 2-point conversion was halted by another sack from Spence. Berner made yet another great play for the Texans, but their first put-away drive attempt was stalled by a sack from Walker. After an empty offensive trip, the Commanders stopped the Texans once again, setting up a potential game-winning drive. Stevens broke away for a 25-yard catch on this drive, and he put the Commanders in a great spot. But after 2 great defensive plays from the Texans, Wallace had to heave up a prayer that was intercepted by Mason Lester Kibler. The Texans were able to get out of their own end zone on the final play, and they finished off the upset, winning 22-20. Berner finished with 165 total yards and all 3 touchdowns for the Texans, while Stevens put up 115 receiving yards and a touchdown to go along with 5 flagpoles.